Hello everyone, and welcome to this audio podcast synopsis. This audio podcast synopsis is part of the Cytometry Cyclone. This audio podcast synopsis is part of the Rakas and Bombard, and this audio podcast as part of a Storm Robotics production. In this synopsis, or part of this, and in as part of this the and in as part of another Storm Robotics audio podcast series or episode. This audio podcast episode will look at sort of works in regard to human renal transplant immunobiology, and in around human renal transplant immunobiology, and in around the some of the some of the earlier sort of laboratory investigations, some of the early investigations in context of um, of um, hematology and serology, uh, uh, and at the same time look at how sort of the use of social media can help to sort of can help to sort of debunk some of the challenges, and also help sort of decolonize and offer sort of a sort of a diversifying perspective. Um, uh, uh, as part of this audio podcast, at the same time, a little bit in around this to give a sort of a feel for this audio podcast episode. So there have been investigations, investigations looking at in around sort of the immunobiology, around human renal transplantation or kidney transplantation, and at the same time where in around human transplantation, or in around human renal transplantation or kidney transplantation. Um, Specific investigations have looked at how to preclude or prevent acute allograft rejection, in amongst the post transplanted phases, and there are in as part of this episode there will be a look at again, sort of as in the case in some of the sort of previous some of the previous audio podcasts, in around the chemokine receptor, known as or referred to as CXCR3, but at the same time looking at how T cells in as part of the immune system are activated to elicit a response, but also a look at how other immunobiological aspects also are part of are part of the sort of the part of the transplant rejection sort of pathway, if you like. And the episode will look at therefore sort of look at T cell activation, allo recognition, meaning allograft sort of allograft recognition, where transplant recognition in context of pathophysiology, and looking at the allograft response or allo response in human renal transplantation, or in amongst human kidney transplantation, and then look at the importance of the importance of a specific immunobiological components, such as the interleukins and co-stimulation in amongst human transplantation, and a look at the at sort of transplantation and healthcare practices, and looking at again sort of debunking challenges and sort of aspects and around mentoring healthcare service users, and where at the same time the at the same time look in this audio podcast episode, there will be a look at sort of decolonizing and diversifying through the use of social media, and highlighting or informing really how social media can help in regards to informing of some of the sort of some aspects in context of healthcare and disease, and there is the audio podcast episode, this Rakas and Bombard audio podcast episode will look at sort of the perspectives as part of perspectives of two social media platforms, the Renal Patient Support Group, the RPSG, and the Kidney Disease and Renal Support Group, or KDARS Group for Kids, both based in the United Kingdom. And there will be a look at how for example, organizations have been focused on ensuring that healthcare service users and healthcare providers are offered sort of different ways to interact and to interlink, but also to highlight how the organizations look to sort of demystify or sort of bunk those challenges in regard to the immunobiological sort of aspects and concepts aligned to human renal transplantation or human kidney transplantation, and so that draws this audio podcast synopsis to a close. This audio podcast as part of the Cytometry Cyclone. This audio podcast as part of the Rakas and Bombard, and this audio podcast episode and synopsis as this audio podcast synopsis as part of a Storm Logistics production.